What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Checked In Podcast. For those of you that are tuning in for the first time, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell because it'll let you guys know every time we upload. But with that being said, let's get right into the episode. So, Ronnie, talk to me, bro.
What's going on, my bro?
How
you doing?
I'm doing not too bad.
Long time, dude. Long
it's been
time.
so long.
Yeah, I remember I have glimpses of you. We're walking down right in front of a high school, and I think we were heading to In-N-Out, I think.
Bro, I literally thought you were going to hit me with some rom-com type of thing. Like I'm walking down the beach and I'm saying hello to everybody.
No, not that far.
That's how I felt in the beginning, but I was like, all right, that works too.
That's funny.
That works.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's been a while. Last time
Yeah.
I remember you were not married. Now you're married.
Yeah, I wasn't even a high school graduate, I think.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I saw you after high school.
No, I think the last time I think I seen you, let me see. I think it was in Downey. I think it was at your house or your mom's house.
No way.
No?
That's impossible, yeah.
Is that where it was
That's
at?
definitely not
No?
I think it was it a buddy's house?
I don't know. It's been so long though.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
I
it's been
think
a while.
I remember there was at one point we were at the mall. We were with my wife and then with Crystal, and then you saved me. I'll never forget this. He's a savior.
I don't remember.
We
but I
were
remember.
here. We were in like shopping in the girls aisle, and then you're here and you're like, my bro, we're gonna go to Hot Topic. I'm like, thank you, dude. We're gone.
It's like I got you away from that.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. I'm here shopping for earrings and stuff, and my ears aren't even pierced yet. I never got my ears pierced.
I think at that point it's guy code to just help each other out.
Dude, yeah. And I was like, but you're a boyfriend there and you can't get, you can't be all nice and machismo at the time yet. Until later.
You're like, I didn't really have much ground there. I couldn't really pull that much there. Yeah, now you got pull though.
Yeah, no, I definitely
that's
have.
good.
Well, I got the authority, guys. No, my wife's amazing. My wife's the best. She just texted me right now. She's like, don't, when you come home, let me know. I'll have food ready. I'm like, yes, thank you, love. Let's go.
That's nice about being married. Huh?
Some beef stew with some mashed potatoes. Let's go.
Ooh,
yeah.
that sounds amazing. I just had tacos, so that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll go with what my wife's cooking.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, if at that point I would too. I don't want to get yelled at either.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. But yeah, man, I love the podcast. I love the setup. It's dope.
Thanks, bro. Like I was telling you off camera, it's like we started in hotels. So this is a major upgrade, and we're constantly evolving. A lot of things are, as you can see, it's still a little bit of a mess on that side.
Sure.
But constantly adjusting to I guess, new stuff that's coming out and things like that.
That's cool, man.
Appreciate it, bro. I wanted to ask you. So last I seen on your Instagram, you were doing something in solar.
Yes.
So can you talk about solar really quick? Because I have some questions. So
Yeah, please. No, yeah. Ask away. Give me everything. You won't be as bad as like a lot of the homeowners when they're like pressing you and like they're really scared. No, but so I'm solar. I'm in the energy industry, and I basically there's two forms. I'm starting to do commercial solar, but before primarily I was just doing residential solar. So I'd see that people's homeowners bills and they were high, and I'd bring them super low, right, the correct way. The industry, I will say, dude, is filled with a lot of, and I've seen it, a lot of like big time scammers. Just like to be dead honest. But like we try to figure out a way to ensure that the homeowner is, one, they qualify for solar and it makes sense for them. Two, they are informed and equipped. So my job is to remove the confusion from solar and help them feel confident to make the decision to go solar. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I was doing residential. Now I got my team and they're starting to sell. I'm kind of training them and developing them. And then now we're kind of moving towards the residential side. The commercial side of solar. And we're helping a lot of churches. I help my church go solar. And we're getting into EV chargers. And there's a lot. Solar is not just like solar panels get installed and that's it. It's a really, really, really nuanced industry.
See, that's the one thing I wanted to ask. Well, congratulations for starters. So is it your would say your own business, or is it like a partnership that you have?
It's so funny. I'm not like part of a giant sales org. My uncle's the installer. So it's kind of like a match made in heaven. I kind of started. So I went to school I graduated at Cal State LA, whatever. Shout out Cal State LA. It's not that good of a school either way.
It's like shout out to my is it called it alma
mater?
Yeah,
whatever.
But yeah, you guys are not the greatest.
No, not a bit. It's all right. It's cool. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
But so I got my degree in finance, accounting. So my uncle was kind of picking up his business again. He had been in the industry for like 12 years, and then he offered a job. He was like, "Hey, can you do my accounting? Can you do my bookkeeping?" And I was like, "Sure. Like, I'll do my absolute best." In the meantime, he gave me a lot of flexibility because I'm his nephew, and you know he kind of needed my help.
It's always nice.
Sure, yeah, it's always nice. Wasn't getting paid the most, but it's okay, right? Like he gave me the flexibility. I was.
He's
cool
like,
with,
I'm giving you a start. Calm down.
Yeah. No, but he was the blessing that he was, and that he still continues to be today is he was giving me the flexibility to actually start my other business. I actually was trying to start like a high school esports gaming business. The disease killed it. This disease that happened in 2020.
Oh, we're talking about COVID?
Oh yeah, COVID.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, you've heard about it?
Oh,
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that killed my company. I started with two other buddies. One of them ended up being a groomsman at my wedding, basically my best friend. And so that failed. And I was writing the checks for solar for these solar reps, and I was like, no offense to my people, I love you guys, but I was like, this idiot made how much? Mm-hmm. With how? I was like, okay, let me dip my toe in. And I dipped my toe in, and I kind of just started getting sales and started getting a couple deals. And I saw the need to help other homeowners save money, because most of the time people want to save money. It's important for them to save money. And what ended up happening was that I would go to appointments, and my uncle would actually go to my appointments with me personally, and we'd actually see homeowners being lied to constantly. So it wasn't only that I'm there to make money, but I was genuinely like worried for some of these people that are going solar, because it's unfortunately like we have to take responsibility. It's the minority of reps that are doing bad business, but they still do bad business. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but it's still my sales org. Technically, I use, the company name, California Solar Guys. We're partnered with SunPower. We're partnered with a bunch of different companies. But my uncle's the installer. So a lot of time it ends up being me, my personal brand, and my team's personal brand, So that's kind of like how we grow individually. So it's not like it's a big old company, but it's a really cool partnership with my uncle.
That's actually really cool, that the fact that you guys are actually being honest with the homeowner and everything like that, because there is a lot of scams and all that stuff. I've seen I've seen a lot of videos, and then I have a buddy. I don't know if you guys might have crossed each other's paths at some point. His name is Angel. I don't know if you know him. You know who I'm talking about?
Angel, yeah.
Yeah. He does solar as well.
Okay, I may know who you're talking about. Did he go to Downey?
Yes.
Are we allowed to say the city that we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget his last name. I believe it's an A. I don't know, but he does solar.
Sure.
And if I'm not mistaken, he door knocks and he goes to different areas and to different, states. It looks like sometimes too, to go do all the things that he needs to. And where I learned about I guess you could say.
Did he try to recruit you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
He probably did. You just didn't notice.
I probably either that or I might have just knocked it down quick. I'm not too sure.
That's funny.
But I remember he was with I think a big one.
Yeah.
And I started realizing how the industry was when it comes to the shadiness of it for the people that don't do good by the customers and I guess you could say the workers or the people that you work with.
Yeah.
Based off what he would post, he would say some things or show some things where this company owed him X amount of money for the commission and this and that. And
100%.
Yeah, I guess that's a big thing as well, where people would just kind of hold on to the commissions and not give it to the reps that were out there door knocking and doing, I guess, their due diligence to give you the sale and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but also with him, I seen that a lot of customers that were getting screwed over, the installments were very, very bad. And stuff like that. So I'm not sure if he has his own company now. I'm not too sure. I'm not too aware. But
by any chance, do you know if he's an actual contractor?
At this point, I don't know.
No. Okay.
It's
hard to be a contractor.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up as well, because Instagram's algorithm now doesn't give me what I want. It gives me what it wants.
Right.
So it's very difficult. And then sometimes people change their names and it's hard to figure out who's who now.
Yeah.
So it's hard. But
I see what you're saying, yeah.
But I do remember him starting with a company, and then he I think he did his own little thing. I think he's still doing his own thing. And then I remember him talking about installers and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks like he has the ball rolling and he's doing well. That's another reason why I was interested in having that conversation, because I did see that. And another thing that I wanted to ask you was, how is it now than from when you started? Because I know now it's like you guys have the opportunity, especially in California, to I guess grow a lot bigger. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, so it's solar in California is definitely a lot scalable. So like, for example, people are for like the main utility companies, first of all, you have no option. Wherever you're at, you get the utility company that you're at. Believe it or not, in like Texas, you have the option. I had someone ask me, hey, I was in Texas visiting my sister and Houston, Texas, and I was approached by someone at Walmart, and they're like, hey, are you interested in saving money on your utility bill? I'm like, oh, you're in solar? Dude, I'm a contractor in California. And he's like, no, I'm for, I forgot what the company was, but it was a different utility company, and he was helping me switch utility companies.
Oh, interesting.
So you have an option in Texas. In California, you don't. So the costs go up a lot faster, and they go up a lot higher. We pay on average, I think, 34 to 40 cents here in California, PG&E, SDG&E, and Edison. In Texas, Texas is one of the more expensive states in terms of utility bills, and they pay about 17 cents. So they pay half. You have some states, like I think it's Georgia, they pay like 7 cents, dude. It's like not even worth it to go solar in all the states.
Damn, that's actually pretty crazy. The one thing that I was going to ask you right now that you said that is just, so I drive a big rig, right?
Sure.
And the one that I have right now, it's CNG. So it's propane, it's the gas company. And while I was waiting at one of the stations one time filling up the truck, I overheard the two, I guess you could say, the techs that were fixing the pump. They were discussing Texas and how, I guess, Texas supplies a lot of energy that even Edison, like the propane that Edison uses to make energy, and I don't know what, some form of some way or something like that. So I find that very funny how Texas gives power and it does all that stuff, but yet they're still more affordable in a way, even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's really weird. Well, and I will say that, like, for California, there's a little bit more of an incentives. There's a little bit more of an incentive to go solar because they have like what they call net energy metering. I don't want to get into like the whole technical net energy metering. That's like super, nuanced. But there's very small utility companies like Imperial, Industrial, whatever, ID, LADWP. It's like around here. It's a little bit cheaper of a price per watt. So like, I think the bill, if this is LADWP, Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, you're probably paying about 22 cents to 17 cents, depending on how much you use, right? I'm not too sure about commercial, but depending on how much you use for a homeowner that is under LADWP, they're probably paying about like 17 cents to 22 cents. So solar still makes sense for LADWP. Like, solar is, I really truly believe in it because it's actually like a really good product when done correctly.
Right.
When the homeowner is, like I said, confident and you removed all confusion about whether they should make the decision or not, solar 99 out of 100 times is going to be beneficial to them because you're locking in your rate and you're saving money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but in terms of going back to your question, like how much has it changed? You mean like the industry, or do you mean like me, like how I started doing it?
I would say both. The reason why I say that is because now that California is going a lot more on the green side and it's starting to get away from like all the, I guess, what would you call it? Like the natural?
Yeah. So I wouldn't even say that. I would say more like, I guess they say cleaner, but it's dirty in one end or another, I guess going green. I guess that's because natural technically is oil. It's technically, technically it's not from the ground.
The funny thing is, like, I believe Elon was talking about that, and he had tweeted something along the lines. He's like, "Hey, look, I understand we all want to go green, electric, and all. That's awesome.
He's like, chill,
but relax. We still need this thing that you guys don't want." So,
no, 100%. Yeah. Go ahead.
But I say that because for example, like I own a Tesla, and when we got the Tesla, we got rebates, we got all the incentives, we got all that stuff, and that's another thing I guess I wanted to say is because now California is really pushing big rigs to go electric. There are some big rigs that are out already that are electric from like Volvo and all these other companies, and I see them at the port all the time. And I'm starting to see the charging stations, and right now you had mentioned the charging stations, so that's why I wanted to know, like, how is the industry now? Is it a lot easier now than it was before because of all the stuff that California has implemented? So
I'll tell you 100% no. It's not easier now in terms of residential. Commercial, it's still a little bit harder, but there was a law that was passed in December by the CPUC that made it incredibly harder for the homeowner to go solar. And by harder, I mean more expensive. basically
That's always the case.
Yeah, it's always the case, and it's so dumb because like the person that loses is the homeowner. Big giant companies are never going to lose. The utility companies will never lose, and the government's going to get their money either way. Like they're going to get it from me and you, or they're going to get it from a company, or they're going to find their money, right? So unfortunately, what ended up happening, the simplest way I could put it, the law was passed in December of 2022. Then it said the law was passed, and then it went into effect April 2023, and then it was basically you're charging the homeowner more for their solar panels because now you're forced, like we say Latinos, right? A huevo. You got to put a battery.
Right.
Before, a battery was just a luxury. You didn't really need a battery unless you really wanted one. If you're like a stockbroker, get a backup battery. But you didn't really need one as a homeowner before. But now you have to put a battery, if not two. And then you go into like the nuances of like different types of battery backup or storage only. And it's just like, it's unfortunate. It really, and it did put a big hit in the industry. Thank God that I am with a contractor. I know that dude. He's my uncle. He's my Nino. And we're actually able to continue, the industry. If you just Googled it, like I think a couple months ago, solar as an industry went down 33%.
Wow.
And we ran the numbers and we've gone up kind of like up around the same. So we're growing as a team. We're growing. We got a new warehouse / office in July, and like we're growing. Like we're really really growing pretty fast, I would say. But I think the reason why we are growing is because we're doing residential, but in tandem we're also doing commercial and EV chargers. So it's really really good. It's harder to sell residential now though. You really gotta work, I think 3 times as hard. I would calculate that in my head 3 times as hard.
It's like, just a guesstimate.
Yeah, just an estimate. No, I'm being like, that's an actual calculation in my head. Because I use my numbers. How many people did I talk to? How many referrals did I get? How many appointments was I on? It's 3 times as hard to actually get someone to go ahead and move forward with solar, because the savings isn't there. 12 panels to 15 panels used to be beneficial for the client. Like there used to be savings. Now there's not. You need to go at least minimum like 18, 19, 20, 21 panels for there to be savings, right? That just means the more they consume, the lower the rate is for the solar panels. It's very, complicated nuance. But the bigger the system, the more they're seeing savings on their utility bill. But yeah, like a 10 panel job used to be like, we'll be able to sell it and be able to offer it to the homeowner. Now a 10 panel job is like kind of very hard to sell. I've done it, but it's hard to actually convince the homeowner and like show them the actual savings, because the reality is that there's not, but it's a little bit more difficult. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited because I feel like a lot of the non-consultants, but the people that didn't consult the homeowners, that actually didn't really help them, that were just servicing them and throwing them a cheap bill in front of their faces and going, hey, this is your new utility bill. The guys that were just super desperate and had that commission breath, they're kind of fading away, or they're adapting and they're learning to be more like a consultant, to actually think of the customer first.
Because it benefits them in the long run.
100%. Yeah. I've always said, like I tell, whenever I have someone in front of me that I think I'm, could be a good, team member, I always say like do good by the client, because me personally, I can call some of my old clients up and say, hey, do you know anyone, that could benefit from what I was able to offer you? And I have my book of business, and I can call them up and they'll give me like 1 or 2 referrals. And that's a business that I'm growing, right? If you look at it from a business standpoint, you'll grow. But if you look at it from a commission standpoint, like, I just want to get my money and I want to dip, you'll fade out.
Yeah, I kind of see that. I mean, I think that goes with any industry, to be honest. It's more like, for example, you can put it into any industry. You can put it in podcasting. You can put it into shoes. You can put it into car sales. You can do it into anything. When you start to lose that relationship with the customer and like really genuinely be there for the customer instead of your own pocket, you'll grow a lot more, because if you don't, you're always going to fail and you're always going to be quick in and out. But at the end of the day, that always sucks, because the people that you do encounter are the ones that get the short end of the stick.
Right.
But I wanted to ask you, because obviously we'll move on from all this, but I'm very curious. I don't know if you ever got to see the home. I believe it's damn, what's that one desert area that everyone goes to and builds houses and like they go away for like a little
Oh
getaway?
yeah, Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree. I don't know if you ever got to see the big, I guess the glass house that they built out there.
No,
Never seen it. So the house is very long and it's all mirrors, I guess you could say, right? And when the sun hits it, it literally looks chrome. And then I was watching something about them where the individual that built it, he did everything, I guess, off grid. So like the house is powered by solar panels, and
I don't want to do that.
All that stuff, right? Well, apparently, I wasn't even aware of this in the desert. The company that is in charge of that area, I believe it's Edison. I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
It
is.
It may Joshua Tree.
Is
How
it?
many miles is it? Might be PG&E, but
Might be PG. Well,
no, but it might be Edison. Actually,
one of those two was out there, and they told them you can't do that. We need you to pay for X, Y, and Z. They got power and
I
all
believe
this
it.
stuff. Yeah. So the guy was like, dude, like I'm trying to be green. I'm trying to be, self-reliant and not, do all this extra stuff. And especially he's like, I thought I was out here in the desert where I was more lenient to do these kind of things. And he's like, no. And I was reading in the comments because I think comments are like the best thing because you get to really see like
you see the biggest lies and the biggest truth.
Yes. You know what I mean? Like it's a 50-50. It's a coin toss. You're either going to believe the world is flat or it's round. I don't know. It's up to you.
Up to you, bro.
But whichever one you fall on, it depends on how you look at it. But I was reading the comments and a lot of people were discussing supposedly so-called old workers for Edison and all sorts of stuff that Edison somehow manages to get power from, let's just say your solar. That's how they get extra power. Is that correct?
Yeah. So not all of their power. They get it from there's a big time company, CPA, Clean Power Alliance. So that they kind of go back and forth between how they generate the energy. Edison is a big distributor of the energy, but they also produce the energy. So there's a difference, right? I'm gonna take these batteries to your home versus I'm gonna charge the batteries, right? So what ends up happening with CPUC, they produce a lot of the energy. Edison distributes a lot of it, but also I think in that area there is a lot of wind and solar energy that is giving Edison its power, I believe. They change it a lot, believe it or not. They change it a lot. But it's hypocrisy, dude. Like, it's just straight up hypocrisy. Like, hey, I'm independent. I guarantee he has like 6 or 7 batteries, right? I don't know how many batteries, but there's going to be a lot of batteries where you have a lot of backup. And it's all powered by solar panels, and the sun hits my solar panels, and it charges my batteries, and it charges my home. I'm independent. That's what we want. Right, California?
No.
But
everyone has to get their money somehow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because apparently Edison grabs that energy, and I'm assuming they flip it back to the customer.
That's
and they sell
100% what they do. Yeah,
that's why I think a lot of people, to be honest, so the conversations that I've had from people, they're like, "Why would I go when they're gonna flip it back on me? Like, it doesn't make sense."
Yeah.
So I've seen that. I understand. I'm sure you encounter that at some point when you have conversations with customers and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, that shit trips me out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all that stuff. And the thing that. Okay, I used to work for a contractor for Edison, right? And
oh, no way, really?
Yeah, I used to work for. Now, keep in mind, it was not my field.
You're probably like this scammer solar guy here.
No, hell no. It was not my field. Like at first, I have family that works for Edison, and they do well in it. And when you see money, you're like, wow, like I want to be a part of money. You know what I mean? Like I want to be a part of it. So as I got into the field, bro, I was like, oh, this shit's whack. Like I don't like this union stuff. I don't like how, well, at least with the company that I was working with, they were unionized, and you have to deal with fucking my dick's bigger than yours and those kind of conversations.
Sure, yeah.
And for those of you that are not aware, it's like they go based off seniority, they go based off all this stuff.
Yeah, it's not what you know is who you know.
Yeah, that's literally it, because I got in based off who I knew.
Yeah.
Because if not, I had to wait on books and all that stuff. So it's anyway, but yeah. The thing that when I was having those conversations with the linemen, because essentially that's where I wanted to move up to. I wanted to be a lineman. I wanted to make that money. Then I really got to know the linemen. Then I really got to see the lifestyle they live. And I was like, not for me, not really what I want. Half of them are either on drugs or they're getting in the process of getting divorced. It's a very smart percentage. Yeah, because they're constantly moving. You have to go where the work is. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was just like, yeah, not for me. You know what I mean? The long hours they're working, they're always drained. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
Sure.
So when I would have these conversations with them, This was years ago, and they're like, yeah, dude, the California wants to go green. They want to do all this X, Y, and Z, but the grid can't handle it. They're like, the grid
100%.
isn't big enough for all the stuff that they want to implement. And this was years ago. And now, obviously, since Tesla owner, and by the way, I love my Tesla. I'm not gonna lie, I get it. I'm a V8 guy. Also, I have my Mustang. I do all that stuff, but I like me a nice little clean daily that I can freaking just waste battery on and be cheap and affordable.
100%, yeah.
But yeah, so there was a time in the summer where I got my notification, like I'm sure every other Tesla owner, where it says do not charge between the hours of blah 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 because of the grid and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So that kind of annoyed me a little bit.
It was incredibly annoying, 100%.
Kind of annoying. But I'm assuming solar at some point will contribute and help the grid, I'm assuming.
So
maybe?
Yes and no. What a lot of people don't know is that, let's say you get like a cul-de-sac full of solar panels, and I'm gonna confuse all my clients. If anyone's ever thinking of going solar, they're not gonna go solar after this. Just see, it makes sense. Well, basically, let's say you get a cul-de-sac and it's full of all the houses and they've all gone solar. Okay, what happens is that there's a demand charge where you don't charge the homeowners those demand charges, but it takes a lot a strain on the grid when all those panels, once the sun comes up and they get those EV rays hit on the glass, all those things are just like giant like machines just activating. So a lot of blackouts happen in that area because there's a lot of solar panels on in the area. What helps is batteries. What helps that is batteries, right? Hopefully batteries become more cost efficient and better for the homeowner. But right now they're a little bit expensive, a little bit pricey. But yeah, at the end of the day, the grid can't take it. As a matter of fact, like Edison sent a letter. They sent a letter telling you your bill's going to go up 6% a month. 6% a month. Yeah. So 6%. It's a letter. Sin vergüenzas?
Bro, they really sent that
I'll show you right now. Literally Google Edison 6%.
I want to see that.
Google
right.
Edison 6% increase and go on it's from Edison.
All right, I'm going to Google that, but go ahead.
So the reason why that's happening is because they need to fund the infrastructure. They need to fund the grid, and it's an older grid, and they need to, up the game, and we're gonna pay for that. We're gonna pay for that. Upping of the grid. But I would love to get a Tesla just because gas prices are just super super expensive. Right at the bottom, how will this affect my bill on the first page?
Damn, bro. So it's that's such a okay. My question to you is this. All right, so yeah, I did see it. But my
it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, this is my thing. This is the problem. Remember how we were discussing how right now you had said that Texas has a different option you can change.
Sure.
Like I guess you could say like phone carrier, right? Like a carrier. Of your power. The way that I would say that's in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, but in my opinion, I think when there's more competition, it's better. I think so.
100%.
Because that helps out in the way that I see it is cost effectiveness, not only for the consumer, but for the individual doing it, because that means there's more people producing something. It starts to get a little bit cheaper to get. So you can, manage, I guess, depending on how you look at it, you can say it sucks or it's good. I look at it as it's good because the one industry that I always try to compare things to when competition is not there, like for example, like Edison, P&G, like there is not that much, but whatever area, like you said, whatever area you're in, that's the price. It is what it is. So the industry that I always compare it to is LASIK. You remember how LASIK? I'm not sure if you remember LASIK.
100%.
Back then was like
super
$5,000 to $8,000 one eye, and now it's like you can get both eyes done for like 3 or 5. It went down, but the quality got better.
Yeah.
So that kind of reminded me of when you were talking about the Texas thing. It's like, that's cool because that gives the organization, the business, a more incentive to look out for the customer than anything else. And when you were talking about how Edison's going 6% every month, it's kind of like, damn, that's when I would like to go out and look for someone that's going to benefit
alternative.
me. Exactly. Damn, dude, that sucks though.
No, 100%. And I live in an apartment, and we just moved into an apartment in La Palma, and when you're a new resident,
it's a nice area.
It's beautiful. And when you're a new resident and you're, I guess, registering for your Edison account, you tend to get a higher price per watt. So every kilowatt I use is more expensive, So I think I'm averaging about like 35 cents a kilowatt, and I'm not even that high of a user.
So it's
just
kind of
annoying.
like seniority. It's like the older you get, the
Yeah,
less
yeah, I know, and it happens. I've gone to appointments where I've told some older homeowners, they've been here, especially in Downey, they were there for like 25 plus years. I'm like,
they were there before the rich Beverly Hills.
Yeah, the Mexican Beverly Hills. Jeez Louise, dude. I'm not even Mexican either, bro. I was like, dude, no love to the Central Americans. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'll tell them straight up, hey, you know what, guys, it doesn't make sense to go solar. I've told people that it just doesn't make sense, unless you want to really invest in the future and there's a drastic increase, the option's always there. But understand that if you don't go solar today, still, solar's not going to get any cheaper either, So you just, weigh the cost, count the pricing on, Edison or solar. But the majority of the times, I would tell you 9 times out of 10, the homeowner does qualify. The homeowner does make sense to go solar because I'm saving money, So we could look at it from going green and helping the environment in that aspect, even though there's a lot of hurdles that go into it. We could look at it from the incentive standpoint of like, California has or not even California, there's a federal tax credit, not a rebate. You don't get money for going solar. It's just, if you pay taxes, you pay less because of your solar panels.
Mm-hmm. That's a very important thing you said.
It's the people, like I've gone, dude. Oh,
I know,
bro. I've got. Oh yeah. What about the $10,000 check for going solar? No, that doesn't exist. That's not true. That's a lie. Either someone doesn't know because they've been lied to, or someone straight up just lied in your home. Mm-hmm. But
that's actually pretty funny though.
Yeah. Oh, dude. It's so. But I've gone business just from explaining the tax credit to a homeowner, and they're like, I want to go with you. Mm-hmm. And if I were to ask them why, it'll just be because you told me that you just saved me $13,000 or $11,000 from whatever the amount of money that this other rep told me I was going to get from the government. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good when you tell the truth sometimes, right? But yeah, man.
When you said that, I'm like,
yeah, it's good, right?
In trouble for telling me the truth too. But fuck, you know what I mean? Like, damn.
Nah, dude. When it comes to business, bro,
business,
tell the truth.
Yes, tell the truth when it comes to business.
Yeah.
Your personal life, that's up to you.
You ever watch Concussion?
No,
I haven't. Will Smith? I haven't watched it either, but there's a scene. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. So just,
I was gonna ask you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know much about this industry, but I'm very curious if you do. And you think what is it? Wind power is a scam?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
I low-key think so.
I could see it because how the heck? If it's not a scam, I'm kind of scared. Here's why. Okay, check this out.
I'm happy we're getting into this because
I'm gonna adjust my mic. Hold on.
Because I had a conversation with my buddy and we don't know shit, but we were going back and forth like, okay, bullshit.
Here's why. If it's not a scam, that means they control the wind.
We're getting into conspiracies now. I like this,
dude.
I like this.
Yes or no? I'm gonna make $100 million by wind turbines, and I'm just gonna put it in this random place.
Like it makes sense in Chicago because it's windy city.
But even then, dude, how do you control the wind? Like, how do you get? Like, we all know the sun's gonna come up tomorrow.
Yeah.
We all know gas, whenever you combust it, creates combustion, and that creates energy, and you can use that. How the heck do we control the wind? Like, I would say even like wave power. Mm-hmm. Like,
oh yeah, I've seen that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen that where the waves come in and like
and
the water, all
movement, whatever. I don't know.
I get it.
I would think that's safer than. You ever go like? Have you ever driven to Arizona?
Yes, you see the big farms.
Yeah,
the wind farms.
Wind farms.
Wind farms. Okay, cool.
And yeah. So you see those big wind farms, and you're just like 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 31.
It's like half of them aren't even moving.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, only half of these things are moving. Like I have to invest like 150 to 200% more to get like 50, like it just 50% return. Like it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, bro. Oh, major conspiracy. And my family would say, perro conspiracy, bro.
Yeah, dude, I just something about that industry is just. I kind of just sit there and be like,
yeah, no, I don't know, man. But I mean, if it's good, I hope I'm not talking crap about it.
I'm not talking crap about it because I don't know anything about it. Just because I don't know anything about it, I'm kind of like, it don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, I'm just kind of like,
it doesn't make sense to me either, bro.
At least like I see solar panel, like I could see it like when someone installs it, like a little baby one, like a little phone one. Like okay, I can see it.
No, it'll
works.
get hot.
You know what I mean? But like, I don't see a fan one. But like you hold a little fucking fan, like the little things that you would.
Yeah, helps your dietary afterwards.
I would never see that.
No.
No.
No, bro. Yeah. So it's weird, bro. I always tend to think about like looking to trends and see where who's buying what. You know, if we want to go down this conspiracy rabbit hole.
Are we talking about Nancy Pelosi?
No. Oh no. Dude, what are you talking about? You have to respect the greatest
I'm sorry.
Bro, she's the greatest stock trader in history, bro.
I follow it. You know what I mean? I follow that follow Pelosi.
Bro, we're talking about. Hold on, bro. Hold on. We're talking about the Michael Jordan of stock traders, dude.
I made some money with that one. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
much.
did you?
Yeah,
did you?
Yeah. If some of her stocks, I'll be like,
bro,
well done, Nancy. Well done.
How many millionaires did she
Warren
create,
Buffett right there.
Yeah.
Couldn't even cut it. You're the best. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of there's a lot of weird stuff out there.
Yeah, no. But like talking about trends, dude. Like, do you know what Mark Zuckerberg just bought?
Wait a minute. Is he not creating his own cows or some shit? His own meat market?
That's Bill Gates.
Okay, no, I also heard that Mark bought land in Hawaii.
It's amazing how quick you forgot too, because that's scary. Because try to think about it.
He bought land in Hawaii.
Sure, I mean that's
he's creating some fucking farm for some meat thing that he wants to do.
Even worse.
What did he buy?
Even worse. I'll tell you.
What did he buy?
A safe house, bro.
Oh wait, no, a bunker.
A bunker. There you go.
He bought a fucking bunker.
He bought a bunker.
A lot of rich people are doing that right now. You see Rick Ross? Rick Ross posted about that. He's like this. He's like, I'm out here building my bunker, but my bunker's gonna have a garage.
Yeah, and a pool table too.
Bro. He's talking about it, and I was like, wait, why are these rich people building bunkers? Even Elon Musk is building a bunker.
Think about it right here. You sell a $5,000 course right now on how to build a bunker.
I mean, let me see him.
Just $5,000 for a limited time only, and for today you can get it for $3,500. I'll teach you how to create a bunker.
Grab a shovel, and you'll do great.
Grab a shovel. Is your credit card not expired?
Yeah, credit not expired. All right, bet. All right. We'll get, once we max it out, we'll holler at you.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like I did see that actually. I noticed that a lot of rich people were buying, and then obviously Rick Ross added to that when I seen his post talking about he's building a bunker.
That's creepy, dude. Yeah, I'd be scared as hell.
Yeah, I think I've seen a Joe Rogan episode too as well, where they were having some form of discussion about that too, and they were just kind of like, oh, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. But I don't know. I really would like to have a conversation with someone rich that's building a bunker. I mean, obviously, there's already preppers. They call them doomsday preppers, I think.
Yeah.
Right? There's already people that have done that, people that have that. But, dude, I dig a fucking hole in the backyard where I'm at right now. It's like the city's going to fucking pull up on me.
Yeah, that's true.
I leave my trash cans outside, my garbage cans. I leave them outside for a little too long. They give me a warning, hey, you can't be doing that. But that homeless guy been there for a month.
You gotta move to La Palma, man. You gotta move to La Palma. It's pretty good.
Fuck, bro, what the hell is going on over here? Nah, but yeah, dude, that's interesting. I wonder, why do you think they're building it? Do you think it's because of that solar flare thing that they've been talking about?
I mean,
or do you think we're going to war?
Dude, why wouldn't they build it? Like, okay, this would be like my dream home. Where I don't have a home yet, but I guarantee you when I do buy a home, and I hope I build it.
Trust me, like half the people listening don't have a home, so don't worry about it.
So when I do, I'm gonna put a big old solar system with solar panels and a bunch of batteries, as much as I can put.
Off grid or.
I'm gonna try to go as off grid as possible, 100%. Right. But I would build a bunker. Yeah, I have goals and dreams that like could reflect a lot of money in my life, and I would build a bunker 100%.
I think acres is where it's at.
Like how many acres?
I would say, I don't know. I just like cows.
You like
cows are the shit.
My wife says we can't have any animals that we're gonna eat, and I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? I want a nice slab of beef.
You can steak. Have a cow and not eat it.
No.
But you can also have one that you can.
No, she said ducks and horses. Even though we could eat duck, I know it's not a farm.
That's not.
My wife
you can
just
have
loves
a duck
animals.
farm. Technically, you can. I guess you can have. Yeah.
You can have. I think the definition of a farm is just a big old mass of a certain thing. I think because you have solar farm, wind farms.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Maybe she's right. I don't know. Me personally, I think I'd be happy with if I can get like a nice little area where there's no tornadoes. I guess I can deal with a little bit of snow here and there.
Yeah.
Just no tornadoes.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with like 15 acres.
15 acres?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy with two.
That's a lot.
I'm happy with 2.
Yeah.
But 15
happy with half an acre, bro.
Yeah. See, I'm happy with 2. But the thing is, like, I've seen areas like in different states where you can get 15 acres for like $5,000.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Shut up.
Yeah, swear to God. You go online and you just go to any other state. Like you just put your number of acres you're looking for, and the prices go from X, Y, Z to now. Because like, for example, Temecula, right? A couple years ago, there was 150 acres for 150,000.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
You get what I'm
Joshua
saying?
Tree for 50 grand for like an acre and a half, I think.
See,
an
so
acre and a half,
depending on where you look. Now, there was a trucker that I had a conversation with one time. So there's a guy comes out of state. He was born here, lived here.
Sure.
Then what he does is, which is I think what a lot of port individuals do as well, like workers, they'll come and they'll work like 6 to 8 months or something like that, and then the remainder they'll just go back home and relax.
Yeah.
So they're just constantly grinding. But he was telling me, he's like, yeah, dude, he's like, where I stay, I forgot what state it was. He's all like, the city and government and all that stuff, they don't tell us what to do. He's like, my acres, I think he said he has like 20 acres, and he has like 3 houses on that property, and he's built them and no regulations, no nothing, because they don't have earthquakes, one, so they don't have that little extra shit. They don't have no city permits. They don't need nothing. They could just build on their property. He's like, yeah, he's like, here, fuck that. I can't even build a freaking, what do they call it, ADU without having a problem. So he's like,
Oh, yeah,
there. He's like,
100%.
you know what I mean? So I guess my thing is, I would buy acres and build something crazy like that in an area where there isn't any tornadoes.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy with 50.
Yeah, and like, you know, there's a saying in Spanish, I always tell my clients is lo barato sale caro. You know, so if like you go in and you buy, you know, 15 acres for $5 and you build a home for like another $20 and a tornado comes in and just destroys it all, you're gonna have to spend another $20.
It's like you knew.
It's like you knew, bro.
You fucking knew. You know what I mean?
But I feel what you're saying, man. It's really good. Funny story. Like I have a complicated family history, but I remember seeing Houston, Texas, Katy, Texas, where my sister lives, and I remember seeing it as a kid, and it was just like farmland, like nothing. I go back, and I'm super tempted to like move there. Like my niece and nephews, every time I go visit them, I always visit them every 4th of July, and they always show me the next coolest thing to do over there. They have a Top Golf. They have restaurants galore, boba galore, a water park 7 minutes away from my sister's house. Like it's all there. It's fun and cheaper. So
Yeah, I have people that I know from high school that went over there and they're having fun.
and they're living it up. Yeah, no. But those areas, dude, you find those niche areas where you buy that acre, you buy this, dude. That's an insane investment, dude.
Yeah,
That's an insane investment.
That's another thing too that people don't look at. Like, that's what I love looking at. I love looking at like acres and property and all that stuff. Like, I enjoy it because it's like you get to see and you get to like really, for example, put it into consideration. Chino, Corona, before all the, you know what it is now, farmland. Right? It smelled like cows, poop, everything.
Yeah.
There was a lot of farms. There's a lot of, you know,
kind of
vegetables
deserty.
and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And kind of deserty in some areas, yes.
Yeah.
And now it's like it's starting to get to a certain point where it's like, damn, it's not even worth living over there because the same price is over here.
100%. Yeah, I was just in Corona for an event. It was like a Christian entrepreneur event, and I was there and in Corona, and I remember visiting a friend of mine in Corona, and it's 2 different places. 2 different complete places. Now, if you wanted to buy a home in Corona, the time to buy a home in Corona was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I would say 15 to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because they were really cheap.
Really super cheap.
Yeah. It's like people are starting little by little moving more to like, you know, what is the Victorville area and all that?
Yeah, I'm not. That's too far.
Yeah,
I'm not going there.
That's very too deserty for me.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah, it was like snowing in Victorville.
Yeah.
I have a good friend in Victorville that lives in Victorville. Yeah.
I can't do that. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather move to a different state at that point. Find something that really
exactly.
You know
I'd rather go. Yeah, exactly. That's already established. That's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you. I don't know if like what is it that your thought process that what has changed in your thought process after high school?
Okay. Everything I learned was BS.
Okay.
I also learned that it's more about who you know than what you know.
Sure.
And that my thought process now, and I guess another thing that I did learn is do everything you want to do while you can. Because in high school, they really pushed that, like, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're not going to be A, B, and C. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like the one thing. Never really got I don't know, my thought process on that is just like, I don't know, it's different for sure.
Yeah.
Like I look at more what I'm doing now and what I'm trying to do and stuff like that, and I'm like, didn't learn that in school. Didn't really need school, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. That's my thought process.
Well, the reason why I ask is because we went to the same high school, and you graduated, I think, a year before. You're 2012.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 2013.
For those of you that don't know, do the math there. Pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old, bro. This is the last year to be in my 20s. By 2025, I'm 30.
Enjoy it.
It's insane.
If you feel the same. The only thing, a
You feel
knee
the
might
same,
hurt.
yeah.
Your back's a little tight, but
Oh no, been there, done that.
You
dude.
feel young though. Like back then when I'd be like, "Damn, you're 30? Oh, you're old."
Yeah.
Now it's like, "Fuck, dude, I'm 30 and I don't feel that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or like you're 30, you have it all figured out, and then you're like,
yeah.
I'm 30. I'm like, dude, I don't know crap.
I'm barely learning the real shit that I needed to learn. You know what I mean?
So I'm just like weird, man. Like I did not see myself being in like, and I say entrepreneurial. Basically, I live off commission. I don't have a salary. I don't clock in. I don't clock out. I'm always clocked in. But like, I didn't think I would be in the position that I was, and it's weird because no one ever told me this was an option. I prefer working for myself rather than anyone else, and no one told me that in high school. No one showed me how. No one explained it to me, and not even in college, dude. I have a weird story about college. But.
See, let me put it like this. The one thing that I did learn, I think I had a conversation about this like a long time ago, maybe last year, on one of the podcasts with one of my my co-hosts, Paula. We were discussing that, and I was literally telling her how this new generation now of people, I'm talking about kids and like even people in like,
Right.
boomers are barely learning this now. But entrepreneurship on the internet has been pushed a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that it's happening. It sucks that we didn't learn that in the times that
Right.
we did, because in school, the things that really do matter, they still don't teach it. They don't teach you how to do your own accounting, how to do your own taxes properly, how to really find the loopholes that you need and how it benefits.
How to create a budget. How your credit score works, how interest works, and all that stuff. Like people just, it's crazy to me. I mean, yeah, you could learn interest in math and all that stuff, but math is just school now, bro. The way that I look at it, after I learned about that Rothschild thing, it's more like, all it is just a system to get you work ready, and that's it. Yeah, I've always asked if college was a scam, if school was a scam, how would it look?
Like how it looks now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It looked exactly like how it would look.
Yeah.
The same colleges and universities are going to you to say, hey, you need to go to this university, because when you graduate from this university, the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
And I did that. Now, granted, I had financial aid, and if I would have had to pay, I would have dropped out. But I graduated. I got my piece of paper. I got my degree, and they told me, get your degree. All my family, as much as I love them, as much as I hold all my uncles and my grandparents dear to my heart forever and ever, they're kind of wrong, dude. It's kind of wrong. We were sold a lie, dude.
Oh yeah.
We were sold a lie.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is that when I went to college for I think like 1 or 2 semesters, maybe like a quarter.
1 or 2 semesters too much.
Yeah, I think maybe even like a quarter, bro. Like I think it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't that long. But when I went to do business, right?
Business administration.
Business administration. They put you in business law first because you got to learn the laws.
Sure.
The business law stuff.
Torts and crap. And
Yeah, all that stuff. So I had a lawyer as a teacher, and we were discussing it and everything. I was just sitting there, and I remember I went with my best friend at the time, and we went to school together. And he was my ride technically because he was the only one that really had his own car. So I would carpool with him, and it got to the point where I was sitting there, and he's like, "Bro, you don't have a book. You're not taking notes. You're not doing this. Like, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail." And I'm like, "Bro, like this is easy. You know what I mean? Like I understand the laws. I understand it. I get it. Like I don't know. I don't think I need that." So at the end of it, I think I got like a B, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then
same. I got the same grade in my business law class.
Yeah, I got like a B law, and I was like, bro, that's with no book. If I would have had a book, maybe. But even then, like, if I knew that and I got a B and fucking Joe Blow over here got a C, and he didn't really. I'm like, I don't know. I think at that moment, that's when I realized I was like, you know what, dude, this isn't for me. When I told my family, hey, I'm not doing this because I just don't see it. It's not for me. And they're like, oh, you may not reach this goal, you may not do that because of blah blah blah, this and that. And then even my little sister now that she's the one that really like was going to college, really doing the degree stuff to make the family proud, do all stuff. Because my brother, the second oldest, I guess, on my mom's side, he didn't want to do school, and he was telling me, he's like, dude, I don't want to do it. I was like, bro, just don't do it. He's like, but what if? No, I was like, don't worry about what everybody's gonna say.
Yeah,
just don't do it.
Yeah,
because if you don't see it, if you don't see no benefit to you, don't do it. Because all you're gonna do is waste your time and money, and it doesn't benefit anyone. So my sister sees that now. So she graduated from.
What does she want to do, if you don't mind me asking?
If I'm not mistaken, I think she's doing business something. I don't know what she's doing. Something business. But she graduated from Cerritos, transferred over to Fullerton.
Okay.
And then
Fullerton's a dope school, though.
No.
Fullerton's a dope school.
From my understanding, I think she likes it. But she's starting to realize, like, it's not what I want.
Yeah. I think that when you do, like, I wouldn't advise anyone to go to school or not to go to school. What I would tell them is, if you are going to school, one, don't get in debt. You're not even going to be able to file bankruptcy. Don't get in debt. But two, there's plenty of financial aid and plenty of scholarships. You can go find some. All right, I found some.
Isn't that funny how it works though?
It's So
corruption is
100%. So that if the student won't pay it, it's okay. Me and you're going to pay it in the future.
Yeah.
So
I just found that out. Yeah. Great.
So
fucking great.
I'm paying for my school right now, dude. I have a business entity and I'm still paying taxes.
I'm talking shit to you, Biden. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
He can't even understand you. Yeah. My best friend wife.
The president. That fucking guy. I can't believe that shit, bro. I really can't believe that shit.
It's so bad, dude. Like, I look, and then I was like,
are we dumb because we see it, or are we, or what the heck?
Oh, we're just horrible people.
I'm like,
no, we're just horrible people. We're just inhuman beings, dude.
Blows my mind.
I was looking for a laugh the other day at my office. Stressful day. I'm like, dude, I need a laugh, bro. I put Joe Biden videos on, bro. I feel bad. Dude, but it was hilarious. Like, this is our president. Yeah, holy crap, dude.
Bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. I'll be honest here, all right? I don't like the guy. I never liked the guy. Okay, I always thought he was a little weird, a little creepy, kinda. And I didn't think he was gonna get the job done. Be honest, and he's not.
He didn't.
Okay, but you might disagree with me. Whoever's watching, you might disagree with me. That's okay. But
he didn't.
I don't know. So, like, the fact that my taxes and your taxes and everybody else have to pay for someone else's attempt to try to do something because now they can't afford it.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks because they knew what they were getting themselves into.
Dude, people used to go to school for like half the semester, get the FAFSA money and dip.
Oh, yeah. I know some people like that. Dude, most definitely.
Dude, like, it's genius. It's smart. Yeah.
I wish I would have done that. I just didn't know how.
So I collected the FAFSA money, dude, but it was just I
wish I would have done that.
Yeah.
Because what the heck, dude? You going over here paying? Imagine. You are a person that goes to college and doing everything right by the book. Unfortunately, you couldn't get the FAFSA and all that other shit. So you were like, I'm going to pay for it when I'm done. And you're still getting screwed.
Yeah. And what's scary is that the school, the university, I went to Rio Hondo first.
That's where I went first too.
Oh, dope. Yeah, UCR. I used to tell people when I started community college, they would ask me, like, from high school, oh, what college are you going to? I would say UCLA. And they're like, what? No way. Yeah, University of Cerritos, left on Alondra. Everyone knows the joke. But
love that. I love that. Joke. I didn't even know that joke, bro. And you know what's crazy? Dude. I lived down the street from it and I didn't even know the joke. That's fucked. All right.
So I would go university, whatever, right? But I went to Rio Hondo, transferred to Cal State LA. And so, like, I would look at it, dude, from a perspective of, I'm going to school, I'm getting my degree, I'm supposed to do this, this is what I'm meant to do. This is what everyone, from my mom to my grandparents to my every uncle that I have to every teacher that I have, and then every university person that came in, like, I'm doing what you're supposed to do. And I got there, bro, and
then wasn't it?
It just wasn't it, dude. It wasn't it. And it didn't help, obviously, because I graduated. I walked in 2019. So the pandemic hit. And weird, again, my company, so I was still doing accounting at the time during the pandemic. And it was June 2020 when we got our first office. June 2020, 5 months after basically the whole world. No, it was 3 months after the whole world shut down, because like COVID started getting big in January, but it got shut down March 14th.
Correct. Yeah, I remember that.
March
My
14th.
birthday was around that time, and then like the week later, or I'm sorry, that week that was coming up, my birthday was done.
It was like all shut down, and everyone's wearing masks, and like everyone's doing all the whole.
So
the whole,
dumb. I'm mad about that. People going, you know when you look back at the history books and you're like, how the fuck did they make them do that? Those dumbasses. That's gonna be us. They're gonna look at us and be like, how did y'all get convinced
Dude, my
to,
children are gonna be like, wait, Dad, there was a pandemic. Like, what happened? I'm just gonna be like, look, zombie apocalypse. You see that sword on the wall over
wish
there?
I could say that.
Yeah.
We'll be like, there was something we couldn't see that apparently if you stood
Demonic
6
attack.
feet away.
Dude.
Oh,
yeah, man.
to this day, I'm still mad about that shit.
It was.
If you're not mad about that shit, something's wrong with you.
Oh, I'm pissed, bro. I'm pissed. I'm hella pissed, dude. And what's crazy? Guess what? Edison went up 21% during that time.
Fucking Edison. I wonder why Edison. Because you knew everybody was gonna be at home,
Bro, exactly. Edison's 21% increase. 2020.
You know what's crazy?
2021.
A lot of people don't understand this. Like,
That's for the year.
This is the one thing that I want to discuss really fast with you before we move on, because I know we wanted to ask something. But my thing is you know minimum wage, right? You know how minimum wage goes up and everybody's all fucking happy. Yeah, we're going 20.
Yeah,
we're going 15,
power to the people.
10. Yeah, power to the people. The people that do that, I get it in the beginning when you're not as educated and you're not in the workforce. I get it. You know, you're naive. You're like, yeah, more money in my pocket. Yeah, sort of. Not really. It just looks bigger on check, I guess. But my thing is, people don't really understand the repercussions of that, because once things go up, they never tend to go back down.
100%.
So that 21%, stay there.
It stayed there.
It stayed there. It never went away.
Yeah, it didn't go
down.
down.
So that's why I guess a lot of people were saying, yeah, the rich will get richer. But in my opinion, it's like, bro, that's business. That's econ.
Yeah.
That's like all the things that you're supposed to be learning that you're not learning.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Yeah. No, and it goes back to like education, where we're sitting down and we're looking on how and thinking about how money works, right? So let's just go back to the basics, like just budgeting. Like that's something that it's a skill and a discipline like we all need to do. I'm not the best at budgeting, but like the way I budget is, hey, wife, beautiful esposa of mine, here's my password to the bank account, and just look at the bank account every day. Like, just here's my business account, and here are all the credit cards, and here everything. Like, this is all yours. That's how I budget, right? But when we look at like an actual budget, right, and people think, oh, the rich just get richer. Well, the problem is, buddy, sweetheart, is that if I give you all the money that the rich people have, eventually the rich people will get it back again.
Yeah, they will.
Right? So if I give, let's say, you're going to be the smart guy here. You make $100,000. 100%. No, obviously,
you know,
yeah,
it's okay. Thank you for the compliment.
No, you are. I did this like out of reaction.
Right on. Thank you.
So you make $100,000. You live off 50% of it. I'm a millionaire. I live off 100% of my $1 million. Who's richer?
Me.
You are by $50,000.
Yeah,
you beat the millionaire by $50,000 because I'm living off 100% of my million versus 50% of your $100,000, right? So it's the same concept when you go into talking about minimum wage. When my minimum wage goes up, my check looks fatter, but I'm spending more because I'm going to end up paying, my gas is going to go up $1. My milk is going to go up 50 cents, whatever. All the stuff that I used to go, okay. When was the last time you shopped at the dollar menu on McDonald's?
It's been so long because it's not $1 anymore.
Because it's not $1 anymore.
It's not $1 anymore.
It's not $1 anymore, dude.
It's like was it the McChicken? Not $1 no more.
Bro, do you remember, and we know high school, this is such a bad, I don't even like to repeat it, but do you remember McGangbang?
Yeah, I remember McBang. Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude.
What the hell? It's been so long.
Bro,
yeah,
remember that?
Yeah.
Like a McChicken, a McDouble, put it together, buffalo sauce. I used to put barbecue sauce on mine, bro.
Would you get it for like $3?
Bro, $3, bro.
Yeah,
and if you wanted to get the whole combo, I'd get like large fries. So when I was getting the fast food money, when I had like actual money, right? You just spend it all. You don't know what the heck you're doing. Bro, large fries, large Coke, bro. I was living large, dude.
Damn, bro, that gets me so mad, bro.
That was like $8.
But you know the crazy part is that, like, okay, I get it. People get more money, and the reason why I brought this up really fast.
So you're fine.
I know
That's
it kind of
a good convo.
No,
you're good.
Yeah, the only reason why is because it's like the people you meet. There
you go.
To this day, like I still have good conversations with people. The people, like I said, the people is technically what takes you to where you
Yeah.
want to in this world. But yeah, bro, like it amazes me how the people that get that money, then later on they realize it was no benefit because everything went up because of that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then this whole cycle repeats itself constantly.
Yeah.
And now I understand how boomers feel when it's like, you guys don't listen.
Yeah.
You guys don't see it and blah, blah, blah. And
Yeah.
you think they're just complaining. It's like, nah, they got fucking valid points
Yeah.
there.
No,
you know?
and I think it's funny. Like, let me circle it back to like my industry and like what I do, right? So boomers are correct. They just don't know how to deliver it.
Facts.
Right?
I
They
see
don't
that.
know how to deliver what they're right about. So I do this all the time in homeowners where the whole point of sales, right? Not the sleazy salesman. I know everyone used car salesman and they always think of it like that, right? But the problem is the delivery of what the boomers are trying to say. So I will deliver and communicate all the correct truths, things, the truths about solar, and then guide the homeowner to make the decision to go solar, right? Where these boomers are just like, you're just a young man, you young people, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, no one's gonna hear you, bro. No one's gonna hear you
that
no one's
way.
gonna hear you. So,
all.
but you know who's good at delivering their messages? Schools and universities. They're really good at delivering their messaging, and I just think that's how culture is like developed.
I think the reason why that is, bro, is because they have really good control over. Just to end it off, because I know we were already going to get into a very crazy thing here. Like we can go hours on
yeah,
this.
I know.
Yeah. But my thing is that school really knocks the creativeness of a person. So
100%,
like there's people that
100%.
learn different, bro. There's people that learn hands-on. There's people that are visual learners. There's people that really are bookworms and they understand that.
Sure.
And everyone to their own
Yeah,
thing.
that's their
I
skill,
respect
that's
it.
their niche,
Yeah, that's how you learn. Like me, I'm a visual learner. I'm a hands-on learner. Like I have to do it or see it done in front of me, or at least in a video or something, so I can understand it. If you try to break it down, bro, you will lose me like completely. Like I'm
Sure.
like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. All right, it doesn't interest me. But when I do get interested in something, I want to physically see it. I want to physically do it and stuff like that.
Sure.
That's why I enjoyed chemistry, but I really sucked at the remembering of everything and how
Sure.
I hated that. But
Would you consider yourself a math guy or like an English
no,
guy?
I'm a history guy.
History guy.
I
okay.
love history because I love to learn how we failed or how things went and why they went that way.
Sure.
And that's why I guess you could say I enjoy doing the podcasting, because it's like I'm enjoying the conversation that the person is bringing, and I'm getting something out of that, which is I'm learning, whether it be the industry, all that stuff, and it leads to like me, I guess, having that that void filled of like that history
Yeah.
that I'm not learning anymore. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I love that. It was fun for me.
Sure.
But yeah, bro, I don't know. It's just they have so much control over that, and I've seen it where I'm learning now about like the ADHD and all that other stuff. Like, you know, some people really don't like to sit down. Some people really like to stand
Yeah.
up. All that stuff. Like I learned a lot. School really knocks you down, and it really takes away the creative aspects of it, because I have buddies that are very smart at math, very smart
Yeah.
at whatever they enjoy, but they just, like how you said, they just can't. They're lazy. They just don't want
Yeah.
to do it because they gotten so knocked down in school that you're not this, you're not
Dude,
that, you're not that.
100%.
So
yeah,
it just
and it's so weird because I would say 90% of the reason why I continued school, because I did not like it. I'm not a good student. I did not. The only reason why I graduated was to stick it to the teachers.
Yeah, bro.
To be dead honest, bro. To be 100% honest, I was like, I went. So remember, I was talking about my old business that I created, the esports for high school. So we went to Downey High. We actually did a Downey versus Warren Smash Ultimate event, and I was there, and I told my old teacher. They remembered me because I guess I'm funny, or they like me. I don't know. I think they said that, like, dude, you're one of my most memorable teachers. I said that I graduated with my degree. I just graduated a couple months ago, and they're like, really?
they're like,
No
wow.
Dude, that
Didn't
pissed
see that
me
one
off,
coming,
dude.
did you?
I
Bro.
was so mad. I was so mad.
It happens, bro, but at the end of the day, it's like
Like, they were happy for me, but like,
they were kind of surprised.
Yeah.
You know, it happens,
off.
bro. Like it genuinely does happen, and it really does show you at the end of it. What I've learned is that the people that learned how to follow the book and how to do all that, they make great employees. That's what I learned.
Well, yeah,
they
those
make
are my
great
favorite
employees.
people. The A and B students work for the C students.
Yeah, that's how it always
C's
works.
get degrees,
bro.
people.
It happens that way. The only way that that happens is because the entrepreneur of the C and the F and all those type of people, they have the determination and they have the fucking what is the word that I'm looking for?
There's
here?
conscientiousness. There's discipline. I guess
Discipline is the key one. They
Yeah.
have the discipline to keep going even when others talk shit on them because they're so used to getting talked
Yeah.
shit on. So at the end of
bro,
the day, that's how it works.
Go door knock for like a week, dude. But to end this, because I know you want to move on. Here's the crazy part. Let me tell you a story about in college. Right, I was taking a how to learn how to study type college course. It was an elective. And in this elective, they told you to take this personality test. So I took this personality test, and I was always business administration, accounting, finance. So what the teacher wanted to show was that the test that you're going to take is going to reflect in your degree, the oh my gosh, the college of that you're in, your degree. It's gonna, if you test into like child development, you're gonna be into a child development degree, right? If you test into like you want to be a politician, or you want to be a supporter of a politician, you'll be in political science and economics, right? And then there was like the administration one, where if you tested into that group, it was business administration, accounting, marketing. There was another one, right? So you would think as a business administration major, I would test through this personality test into the business administration aspect, but I wasn't. I was tested into the highway patrol, firefighter, and paramedic group, like that type of,
which kind of falls into what you were telling me, because it's like you look out for your customer, you care for them.
True. So, but what's so weird is that same test, I took that test years later, like 2 years after I graduated. That was when I started. I was at Rio Hondo. That test, when I took the test at first, I started in community college. So it was years later when I took the test again, and I tested in the same category that I tested in before. Dude, what they didn't tell me was that if you test into this, you should consider becoming an entrepreneur. Like, it's weird. It's paramedic, firefighter, highway patrol, police officer, entrepreneur.
Oh, they
the weirdest thing, bro.
Interesting.
It was really, but I wasn't told that. It was just, oh, you're going to be a highway patrol, you should be a paramedic or whatever. They didn't tell me I should have been an entrepreneur. Very weird, dude. Very, very weird.
To finalize this, I want to just say this really fast, is that is weird, one. Two is, I didn't know what an entrepreneur was until after I graduated.
Oh, yeah.
Just to give you that perspective. I didn't know. I wasn't, none of my family owned a business. None of my family ever wanted to start a business.
Sure.
They've all been employees. And you get by how you get by. But, yeah, brother, thank you for coming by. I truly do appreciate it.
Dude.
If
Had fun.
Dude, you're more than welcome to come back whenever you have time or whenever you can, and we can discuss anything else, especially following Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you haven't already,
stockbroker.
hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because
Smash it.
It lets you know, guys, when we upload. And look out for the clips, look out for the reels, and yeah, see you guys on the next one.
See you guys.
Peace.